All right, how's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan. Of course, if you guys have been following along with our streams in the past, you already know me, but we're not here to get to know me. We're here to get to know our team. And today's first team member is going to be Andrew. How are you doing, Andrew?
Doing pretty good today.
How's it like being on our streams now?
I made a cameo once before. It's pretty nice to be the centerpiece for the first time.
Okay.
It's interesting.
So how do you feel about getting grilled today with some questions?
I like being asked questions.
You like being asked questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So for you guys at home, the whole point of this is to get to know a lot of our team members that you may or may not have even gotten to see before in the store, because we do have certain part-timers like Andrew that are only here about 1 or 2 days a week sometimes. And they do a lot of the special events with us as well. So we want to make sure that you guys get to know them. If you have any questions at all, please let us know in the chats, whether on YouTube or Facebook. Dave is kind of manning the desk for us today, so thank you, Dave. And if you do want to join us live on here, please make sure you have a working webcam, either headpiece or some earphones, and a good Wi-Fi connection. You could join us live. Dave's going to put up the link for that as well. And you can join on here and ask us your questions as well. Okay? All right. So, Mr. Andrew,
Yes.
So thank you for joining us today on such short notice. It was about a 2 or 3 hour notice, so Thank you very much. We're going to get started here with some questions.
Okay.
And, of course, these questions have been made up by our team members, some of our viewers from past streams, as well as myself.
Mm-hmm.
There's some personal questions in here, too.
Of course.
So we're going to mix it up. What's that? Hey, how's it going, Becca? Becca's watching us at home. She's probably like, oh, I wonder what's going on. All right, so we're going to get some easy questions out of the way here.
Okay.
How long have you worked at Bricks and Minifigs?
Well, I've worked here since mid-October of 2018, doing math. It's around like a year and a half, I'd say.
Okay, yep.
So about a year and a half.
Getting ready to come up on 2 years?
Yeah.
Getting a little pay bump, too? Yo. I already have a feeling I know this answer, but we'll see. I think this is a trap question that some people came up with. Do you enjoy working at Bricks and Minifigs?
Yeah, of course. This is probably, I don't think there could have been a better job for me to get an intro to the workforce, and it's a great place to work.
So this is your first job?
Yes.
Okay, so first job, folks, working at what might be your dream job? Question mark.
It's close to there, yeah.
Okay, if you had a dream job, what would it be? Have you thought about it?
Like right now, or like
right now off the top of your head? If you had a dream job that if you could get right now, you would
professional sports broadcaster.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So see, you're gonna have to get used to wearing all this stuff then. All right. Let's see. I already know the first question, but it says, "How are you into Lego?"
Yes.
Okay. And how did you get into it?
So I was into it as a little kid for a really long time. I probably liked it from the age of like 4 to about 10 or 11 years old. And then I just kind of got out of it. And ironically, just before I started working here, about summer of 2018, I came across different people on YouTube that would be uploading Lego YouTube videos. And I just thought, hey, this is really cool. And I had a couple of old minifigures on the shelf. So I kind of, put those on my shelf, higher up because I thought that was cool. And then I started going on eBay. I started going on Bricklink. I started going to stores, and I was just buying sets. And I was like, this is fun. I don't know why I wasn't doing this. So I would say probably about 2018.
So you said you stopped building with Lego. What was the reason for that?
I truly have no idea. It was just kind of like one day I just decided that other things are cooler maybe. I don't know.
Do you know what age about that you didn't?
About 11 or 12, I'd say.
11 or 12, and then you just turned 18 not too long ago.
I just turned 19.
19, right. It was 18 before.
Yeah.
So that puts you at what, like 5 years not playing with Lego?
I'd say more,
roughly
around 6 or 7, yeah.
Wow, that's a long time to be away. A third of your life.
A lot of my collection was missing when I came back.
Ooh, ouch. All right. I'm not gonna ask about that one. All right. What is your favorite thing about working at Bricks and Minifigs?
It's kind of a mix of a couple different things. Of course, I enjoy working with a Lego product because it's one of my main passions in life. But I like the people here. I like the way that we do things here. I enjoy the system of what I do basically because I enjoy the certifying sets is one thing that I enjoy a lot.
Okay.
Because it involves like what I do at home a lot, where I take used sets and I just make sure the pieces are there. I pretty much learned that from here, but that's something I enjoy a lot about here, certifying sets.
Certifying sets. Okay, we have some questions about that later for you too, which is going to be getting into the nitty gritty. We're going to change things up a little bit, get away from work stuff here. This is going to be a good question for you. Video games. console or PC?
I actually play a little bit of both. I probably use console more because I pretty much just play Minecraft on PC. I don't really do anything else on there.
Minecraft.
Yes.
Using those programming blocks and stuff like that too? Not much?
No, not really.
that was a PC thing that just got introduced to consoles. That's why I figured I'd ask. Okay, so what do you play on console?
I like to play kind of a mixture. I like to play like RPGs. I like RPGs a lot.
Okay.
I like to play like sandbox, free world games like that.
Okay. I do actually have a follow-up question for you. You are a gamer, as I know, because you talk to me all the time about it. What is your favorite current gen console? PS4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch? And why?
The Switch is my favorite.
Ooh.
Because it has, in my opinion, it has the most, not just the most entertaining library of games, but has a lot of games that I really like the story of as well. I feel like Nintendo games are pretty well known for having a very rich story, and that's why I like Nintendo. I always have since I was a kid, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's see. What is your favorite snack?
Okay. I would say a cheese stick.
Really?
Yes, like a Colby Jack cheese stick. That's what I have most often.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something I would not have guessed. I was thinking like some kind of chips or Funyuns or something crazy.
I haven't had
the
chips or
gamers.
Funyuns in like 4 months.
Hey, rock on! Good for you. What are your hobbies outside of work?
So obviously Lego is one of them, but that's kind of doesn't count. I also really like sports, as I mentioned earlier. I'm very into sports.
What kind of sports?
I mostly watch
Specifically?
football, hockey, and baseball.
Professional, college.
I watch professional mostly.
Okay.
I watch a bit of college, but it's not necessarily my forte.
Okay.
I'm also very into like sports cards as well, sports statistics, stuff like that. I'd say my main two things are Lego and sports, just as a general topic.
Interesting. So might we see some sports related mocks coming out of you later?
I don't know how to make mocks.
Oh, come on. You work here. Come on. All right. That was a good one, though. How long ago did you start dealing with Lego, whether it's built, played with, or had it in your life?
I want to say around 2003 to 2004, because I seem to remember that the first Lego set I remember ever owning was the original Sorcerer's Stone Harry Potter, the Forbidden Corridor set with the Fluffy figure.
Oh yeah,
and
one of the coolest Harry Potter figures out there, I think.
Yes, I just very vividly remember getting home from I think probably Kmart Meyer, and my mom had gotten me this because it was a set that was on clearance because at that point it was pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just opening it, spilling out all the bags, and just building the minifigures. Mom's like, "Do I have to build this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know how to build this." So that's probably the first set that I really remember having. I'd say that's probably around 03, 04.
Okay, I think that's another question for later too. But yeah, nice one. Let's go with, what is your dream car? It has to be a real existing car.
I don't know much about cars, so I probably couldn't give you a name of a car model, but I could say maybe a purple SUV. It sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any certain brand you like?
I don't really know brands. I don't know cars.
Okay. You're looking for a sporty SUV or a big honking 9-seater?
9-seater sounds pretty convenient. So maybe,
all right. So you're looking like a purple Expedition is what you're looking for.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I got you. Or maybe was it a Nissan Armada? I think can hold about 8 people. It's the size of a van almost.
I have no idea. I just
crazy.
Like big cars.
What is the favorite set that you've purchased?
That I've purchased?
Correct.
Oh, that's actually pretty perfect because I brought it with me too.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, just so you guys know, Andrew decided to bring some sets in on his own. Whoa.
So this
is
actually my favorite set I've ever purchased, my favorite set of all time. This is 4852, The Final Showdown. This is a 2003 Spider-Man set from the first ever Spider-Man movie. This is a set that back before I had my 6-7 year building hiatus, I really wanted this set. And I specifically remember one year before Christmas, my mom hadn't gotten me any presents, and I found this set sealed for about $300, which is way more than I paid for it.
Yeah.
On toywiz.com because I thought that was a great place to buy Lego. And I told my mom, I'll get this and nothing else for Christmas. And she's like, you're going to regret getting that in a couple of years because you're not even going to open it. And so by the time that I have my own money, the first thing I bought when I started working here with my first paycheck.
Boom. And I see it looks like there's a tag up here. It looks to be from KB Toys.
KB Toys is
wow,
I
killer.
was at KB Toys as it was closing.
All right.
I was about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, is this still mint and box?
It is, of course.
Wow. Yeah, this is pristine, man. You barely even have any nicks even in the sides.
It's a little bit creased back here, but that's
that's because of the molding for the cardboard spots actually.
Yeah. So that is
awesome.
That's my favorite set of all time.
Sweet. It's pretty dope set too, not gonna lie.
Set, yeah.
And it's so funny too because it's only 355 pieces. So it would have been like a $30-$40 set.
It was,
I mean 40. Was it 50?
Yes.
Yeah, because of the bridge parts. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's the second biggest original Spider-Man set.
Okay. What's up? Okay. All right. Speaking of sets,
yes.
In your opinion, what is the one set that got away? So if you were trying to get a set and all of a sudden it was gone or got retired, or what would you say that is?
That's a really good one. I would say it's the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon.
Ooh,
that's one that I always
one.
I saw at Walmart and I thought this is a really cool model. I don't have another Millennium Falcon. I thought that would be a really cool set. And I kept telling myself, well, Walmart always discounts things like ridiculously. It'll probably go down to like $80 and I can convince myself to buy that. And I think it went on clearance after Christmas the last year and it pretty much instantly sold out every Walmart. Yeah. So if I wanted to buy it now, I'd have to pay, either like right under retail or right at retail, which was about $160. And I can't bring myself to do that when I'm collecting a lot of things right now.
You have been collecting things.
Yes.
Speaking of collecting things, have you been collecting some Harry Potter sets lately?
I mean,
like crazy collecting.
Yeah.
From what I've been hearing.
I am very crazy collecting Harry Potter sets, actually.
Okay. Any certain generation or series?
So I am actually collecting, and I'll actually bring these out right now. Good time for that. I am collecting a.
See, he came chock full of stuff today.
I'm collecting a combination of some old Harry Potter.
Oh wow! Look at this. Set number 4733, the Dueling Club. Aragog and the Dark Forest. Wow! Look at all that.
And then that is 4726 Quidditch Practice. So I'm actually collecting a combination of old Chamber of Secrets or Sorcerer's Stone era Harry Potter sets where they have this sort of.
They're all 2002.
Yeah, 2002, 2001 Harry Potter sets. I'm collecting a lot of them sealed and used because if you look on the back of these Sorcerer's Stone sets, there's actually a combination Hogwarts that you can put together, and I'm trying to put that together. And I'm actually only 4 sets away from being done with that.
That's a lot of sets to get it all to put together too.
Yeah, I'm missing.
6, 7.
Let's see.
There's 16 sets. It looks like in this, maybe 17.
Yeah, and the instructions
a long line.
show the Hogwarts Express, which is interesting. But I'm missing Hogwarts Castle, Chamber of Secrets, and the Troll on the Loose and Quidditch Practice used, even though I have it sealed. So
okay.
I'm collecting a lot of Harry Potter. I'm also collecting a lot of the new Harry Potter. I actually have all of the new Harry Potter sets. I have the combined Hogwarts. The only one that I don't have, I've already purchased, but I need to pick up from Walmart tomorrow, is Hagrid's Hut.
Oh,
but I have all
awesome.
the other ones. I also still need to build the Hogwarts Express because that one takes up a bit of space. But I am very big on collecting Harry Potter right now. I have a lot of excitement for the summer sets as well.
Okay, awesome. Speaking of Harry Potter,
yes.
If you could date anyone from the Harry Potter movies, who would it be and why?
That's a really interesting question. Okay, Luna Lovegood.
Okay, why?
She's an interesting character. I think she's underrated as well. She's kind of, she's a little weird, but I feel like people just kind of like write her off as weird instead of being a more like in-depth character. So I like her a lot. She's interesting.
She was played by a pretty attractive actress too.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I totally get it though. She was one of those really underrated characters that's kind of slid through, and I think the character pulled her off. The actress pulled her off well.
Right.
I think so. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. So it looks like we do have some questions that you guys have been asking at home. So Dave's gonna feed us some of those right now and let us know what's going on.
So from 10 Hammer wants to know your favorite movie.
My favorite movie.
Ooh.
So my favorite movie of all time is actually, ironically, Spider-Man 1. That's why
the OG Spider-Man?
The first Spider-Man movie.
Was that Sam Raimi Spider-Man?
Sam Raimi Spider-Man, the one from 2002. That's why I love collecting these sets so much. That movie is extremely nostalgic to me. I probably watched 100 times in my childhood. So that one's always going to be number one in my heart.
Okay. Funny enough, I saw that at a mall on a band field trip. I think we were in St. Louis or something somewhere when it came out. I was like, oh my God. St. Louis is well, we're there for the arch, like just over there downtown.
I
St.
can
Louis
never
is
bring
good.
myself to go there.
No? Wow. All right, you heard it first. Andrew is a St. Louis hater.
I fully admit to it.
All right. Dave, I think you said you had one more question from the audience too, correct?
He asked, "What is your favorite Lego theme overall?"
So overall favorite Lego theme. I think I already
let's go
know.
Back to it again. It's the original Spider-Man sets.
But I guess as a theme, because it's funny because no, yeah, I guess it was Lego Spider-Man. That was the
Yes.
theme.
And
It's
then,
not Lego Marvel Superheroes, by the way, if you guys are watching. It's Lego Spider-Man.
Yeah, so this is original Spider-Man. I actually have two more that I was planning on showing off at some point. These ones are also very rare, very expensive. That's why I love them so much.
Love the Doc Ock.
This is the Doc Ock's Hideout 4856. This is the biggest in terms of piece count of the Raimi trilogy Spider-Man sets, and this is like one of the most expensive.
Because Bob was like, "I'll be waiting for those Harry Potter sets in the parking lot."
So Amy, if you are watching, no, you
No.
cannot have Andrew sets.
I'm cracking my knuckles already.
We do have security cameras. We will be watching as he leaves the store. I will also possibly send an escort with Andrew home to make sure you don't mob him at his house.
But this is the most recent acquisition of mine. I just got this one on eBay. It's a very expensive set, but I couldn't be any happier to pick this one up.
That's the old Green Goblin. Nice,
Yes.
the OG.
Not the one with the unpainted eyes, so I still need to get that.
Oh yeah, that's the first gen one, I think, right? It was the unpainted eyes.
Yeah, that one's in the studio set.
Yep. Yeah. All right. And be sure if you guys do have any questions at home that you ask those on chat. David's monitoring that for us. And if you do want to join us live and be on air with us, there should be a link available on the bottom of the screen. And you guys can join us live and ask those questions right to us and have a little chat with us if you want. Again, we were interviewing Andrew here. He's one of our part-timers. And we have a whole list of questions that we've been asking everybody throughout our last contest, our Battle of the Brains. And you guys submitted a lot for us in those last couple of days. So we've got a huge list here, but we want to hear from you guys too if you have those questions. Going back to work here.
Yes.
What is your favorite memory so far with bricks and minifigs?
There have been a lot of like fun memories. So specifically, sometimes like really weird things or like random things happen while I'm working birthday parties, and I think there are a lot of like comedic moments I look back on during birthday parties. One specifically I can think of was there was a child here during one of the parties before the party started. And he was running up along the wall here along by these white tables, and he fell, and I helped him get him up, and he had a giant rip in his pants. And so I was like, oh no, like what am I going to do? I didn't think his parents were there, and he just looks up at me and he says, "I have a hole in my pants." And I just kind of looked at him and I was like,
yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. Like, what are we going to do about that? He's like, I'm going to go talk to somebody. And then he had new pants the next time I saw him.
Hey, all right. That's a pretty good one. I like that.
Yeah.
What is the difference in how you act at home versus how you act at work?
I don't really think there's that much of a difference. I mean, if we're talking like how I talk when I'm being super cordial, like if I'm being like, "Hello, how can I help you today?" Bricks and minifigs, know. But if I'm talking like with my coworkers, I feel like there's not really that much of a difference.
How about just talking to regular customers that come in?
Yeah, I'd say it's not too far off from my normal self.
Okay, so you pretty much don't change too much except for the salesman aspect of
Yeah.
things. Okay. Speaking of sales, what does your normal workday usually look like when you come in?
So I usually work on a Saturday, and very occasionally there will be a non-party Saturday. But usually Saturdays have parties, and let's say I have a 6-7 hour shift, and I have 2, maybe 3 parties. That's a good chunk of the shift. And on times that I'm not doing parties, like on non-party day, or just times that I'm not doing them, I'll be certifying sets. I'll be helping on the sales floor, stuff like that. Okay,
fair enough. Yeah, Andrew is usually one of our, I would say, secondary party hosts. And he does a lot of parties with Becca and David. I used to do them, but now I have a whole staff that can do them for me. They've been doing a good job. So Andrew does usually work on Saturdays a lot of times because of school, because you are a student still. And then, of course, coming in on those weekends to get those extra money and then working those parties because it's a little fun. It makes time go a little bit faster, I think.
I agree.
Oh, So since you are so our question is we have from Sarah asking online is that you are a student right now. You go to we'll just not to give too much details out. You go to a local community college.
Yes.
And you had recently switched to e-learning because of all the COVID-19 stuff.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
I feel ecstatic about it, honestly.
Really?
I was already doing an online theater class this semester, and then spring break.
How does that work? Online theater? Who do you act?
It's not as crazy as you think it is. We basically just we would do like a discussion board every single week with like different chapters we would be doing. We would have occasional like writing assignments, and we were doing this thing, and I was able to go to one of them. We had to go to 2 different JJC. Well, there you go. Productions.
It's all right. We already know that it goes
to. And so I managed to go to one of them literally the day before spring break, and then spring break happened, and then that's a thing now. So we had to essentially for that class, for the second performance, just watch a recorded performance and write a report on it. But so I was very used to the online learning thing, and some of my classes were already doing all their tests online anyway. So I was completely like fine with the change. I remember a bunch of my friends saying like, "I'm struggling. I have no idea what I'm doing," and I'm just sitting over here with like my lowest grade's like an 87 out of 5 classes, and I'm like, I'm not having any issues.
Well, hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see here. If you could choose any set to own that you don't already, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's so this is an interesting question for me because I don't know whether this implies like a sealed set or a used set or
Anything.
anything.
Any specific set. Doesn't matter what format it is.
Okay. There is a set and it exists, and someday I need to go to the Lego vault and confirm its existence. But by all aspects of its existence, it should exist. It is a Spider-Man Studio set called Wrestling Scene. It was never released at retail. They released promotional images. The instructions are out there. Everybody knows what pieces are in it. But for whatever reason, they never released it. But I'm convinced that it's at the Lego vault.
Okay. Have you checked this out on Bricklink to see if any of the parts are there and reverse?
Yeah,
look it up.
Bricklink has the parts list for it, but nobody's ever sold it because it was never available at retail.
Mark, did you happen to see this set?
Lego vault videos before, trying to like
try to eye it somewhere and spot it out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Are you an early bird, a night owl, or neither?
Night owl completely, especially during all this COVID stuff, because I don't have to really be up early for anything.
Okay.
I've spent nights until like 4 or 5 playing Minecraft.
4 or 5 in the morning playing Minecraft.
No shame.
Wow.
Yeah. It
All
gets
right.
intense. Sometimes I lose my weapons and I have to go back and
And
get
go get them. Yeah. If you lose all your stuff, you die by the nether or something else from a wither or crazy zombies or skeletons shooting arrows at you, flaming arrows.
What
You gotta go back and get your stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really need that diamond axe, man. I'm telling you. What is your favorite mobile app or game?
Oh, interesting.
This is the generation of online everything and mobile devices. So, what is your favorite app
or game? Really?
Either one.
Okay. I don't really have.
What are you on the most?
I guess YouTube.
I was okay.
I guess YouTube. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say YouTube is like my favorite thing in the world, but I probably definitely spend the most time on YouTube. If I need to kill off a half hour, I'll watch a video. So
okay. Fair enough.
YouTube.
Fair enough. All right. That works. All right. What is the longest it took you to ever build a single set?
I would say it was my second attempt at building Darth Vader's castle because interesting.
Why a second attempt? What happened to the first time?
So the interesting thing about it
That's
is
the story.
Yes. I was building with 2 of my friends, my friend and his girlfriend, like last summer, and they were like, they just gotten back into Lego, and I was like, hey, I have like a couple really big sets, like the 3 of us can build it, all at your house. He's like, yeah, okay, that sounds great. So I brought over Vader's castle and a couple smaller city sets. We built the city sets and we worked on Vader's castle. And I just remember, like, we finished Vader's castle after a few hours, and there was like a long wedge piece that was like still remaining, and I was like, that's not correct. And in addition to
something is not like the other.
Yeah, and I was mad. I wasn't mad, but I was just kind of like, I didn't really want to display it because I knew that it was like somehow incorrectly built. So I kind of kept it in a box, and my brother put a box of his business like things because he works at a business, and he put it was literally like a box full of business mugs and ties, and it broke off the top of Vader's castle. So what I did was I ripped it all apart, certified it, and built it from scratch. And that process took me from, I believe, about 4 p.m. till about 3 a.m. I think that was 11 straight hours of building.
Wow.
It was tough, but now Vader's castle is proudly displayed in my room, so I'm happy.
Okay. Hey, there you go. All right. As we've discussed and we've seen, You are a huge Spider-Man fan.
Completely.
Who is your favorite Spider person?
Spider person or Spider-Man character?
Spider person. It could be a certain version of Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, Spider whatever. Was it Peter Porker? Whatever. As long as it's a spider, not the villains, everything else,
Okay.
but Spider people.
Well, I guess maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but I think my favorite Spider person would be the Spider-Man from whatever Earth the Raimi trilogy films are in, because that is technically a different Earth Spider-Man.
Yeah. Depending on how you.
But if you want to give me like a specific, if I wanted to give you a specific Spider person I liked, I would say Spider-Man 2099. I really like.
There you go.
My favorite is the one from the Raimi trilogy Earth. Yes.
Okay, awesome. You talked earlier before about being a party host here at Brooks Minute Things.
Yes.
What is your favorite thing about being a host?
You want the honest answer to this?
Honest answer.
Usually getting a good tip.
Hey, all right. We got to work hard to get those tips, man.
Yeah.
I know how that is. It's a nice, easy answer. Don't worry, there's harder questions.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of school, you were talking about school earlier.
Yes.
What is your favorite subject in high school?
In high school.
What was your favorite
Oh,
subject in high
geez.
school?
I'm not really much of somebody for like a theater class, but for whatever reason, my theater class in high school I thoroughly enjoyed, and I think it's because everybody else really disliked the teacher in that class, but she was nice to me for some reason, and I think that made me like the class. And also, what I remember about that class most is that we had to do a skit to the class, and I had a group of kids that really weren't helping with it, basically. I gave them the script, and the script is for an Ed, Edd and Eddy episode, and I could not have been more enthralled to do this. And these kids basically just like bailed on it and like they mailed it in completely. Like, they didn't help me with it. So we did the performance, and like everybody else in my group got like a 70 to like a 65. Some kid got a 0 on it, and I got like a 95. My teacher was like, "Yeah, you knocked it out of the park. You killed it." So when I think of like a positive subject in high school, I think of that one theater class, one semester. Incredible.
Okay. As we all know, season 1 of the U.S. version of Lego Masters recently finished. Have you been watching it?
I watched every episode. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. So question comes as, which Lego Masters contestant, singular, is your favorite and why?
So if you remember, I talked to you about this after episode 2, and you were kind of shocked. I really like Tyler.
Okay.
I absolutely like enthralled to see him win. I think it was really I think he and obviously you said one contestant, but he and Amy were both like, they really, I think, knocked it out of the park, the entire competition. And I don't know, I was so happy to see them win. I think I see a lot of people online being very like negative and rude towards them.
I know a lot of people were in the opinion of the Lego Masters said, that too. That's what we've heard about from certain other people.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is that had someone gone home on the second to last episode, it was going to be them.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were upset that the team that was going to get sent home didn't, and then they ended up winning. I think that's why a lot of people were upset.
True enough. However, they were never going to send anybody home that second time, because I watched a really nice interview with Mel Iceberg Briggs on the Bricks and Bits podcast, and he specifically said like they were never going to send anybody home because on the Australian Lego Masters they did the same thing, and they had 3 people in the final, so they were never going to get kicked off.
Yeah,
I was scared they were going to get kicked off, because I was afraid the entire time, like, oh, don't tell me this is going to be like the only time they're in the bottom 2 and they lose. I was very happy to see them win. Yes.
But they didn't go. Okay, all right. Let's see what is on my list here. What is your favorite entree to eat? We talked about snacks earlier. What is your favorite actual like main food to eat?
Okay. This is gonna be like a tie probably.
That's okay.
I really like scrambled eggs. I've been eating a lot of scrambled eggs on my diet lately.
Had those this morning. Made it fresh.
There's also something that they have at Portillo's. It's called a chicken Caesar hot salad, and it's just like a chicken breast chopped over a salad. With like half a hard-boiled egg in it. You pour the Caesar dressing on it. It's literally out of this world. Like I could probably have that like twice a week. I just had it a couple days ago.
Okay. Awesome. Dave, you have something going on in the line over there? What's up?
Yes.
So he asked, many years ago, why did he allow his original SpongeBob SquarePants sets to be glued together?
Okay, so we have a question from the audience that is asking
From my dad.
from Andrew's dad. that you had a series of SpongeBob SquarePants Lego sets.
Mhm.
Why did you allow them to be glued
I think
together?
if you wanted the answer to that question, you'd have to ask the person who asked the question. My dad, because
Ooh.
he very, very heavily enforced gluing those sets together, and he's actually remembering
Bad
something
move,
wrong.
Tom.
He's
Bad
remembering
move.
something wrong. I told him to not glue the SpongeBob sets together. SpongeBob sets were never glued. The only set that I can ever remember that was truly glued was the 1999 Star Wars speeder bikes.
Ooh.
Yes, I got that set on eBay used when I was about 8 years old, and he glued that. And I still think I have the chunk of the tree that's like completely glued, like in some form. But I remember we were at this small store called the Lucky Penny in Wheaton, Illinois. It's somewhere where my dad went when he was growing up. And I found, and this was the set wasn't even rare at this point. It was still probably on shelves. The original Krusty Krab there for like $2. It was ridiculous.
Bonus.
So I bought it, and I remember building it, and I thought this is a really awesome set. And he came upstairs with the glue and wanted to glue it because I built it on his bed. And I said, I really don't want to glue this one because you're supposed to build Lego.
Yeah.
He didn't glue the SpongeBob sets. He's full of baloney. This is the exclusive.
And that's the hard truth.
Yep.
All right. Good questions. Yeah, so if you guys are watching at home, make sure you guys throw those questions out that you have for Andrew. We want to be able to answer any of your questions that we don't already have going on here. If you want to join us live, we do have these handy-dandy little earpieces in that we can hear your questions, and you guys can obviously be seen by everybody else. But if you guys have those questions, please follow the link that's on the bottom of your screen or copy-paste it into your browser, and we will get those questions answered for you. And you get to hang out with us, maybe talk a little bit. Moving on, if you won the lottery, any lottery, we're not going to get into specifics, what are the first 3 things that you would buy?
First 3 things I would buy would be the...
and not pertaining to Lego, just period.
Oh, well, they're all Lego.
Okay.
So.
Oh, really?
Yes, completely. That's
wow.
The things I
okay.
want right now. Because what am I going to do with a car or a house right now? Honestly.
Live in it?
Yeah, I don't need that right now. I'm 19. I don't need that right now. Top 3 things I would buy right now.
Top 3 things.
I would first off I would buy the most expensive sealed original Spider-Man set, which is it's like a crappy like $23 not 23 a 23 piece set, and it has like 15 pieces and then like some like cardboard backdrops, but it's so rare that the only one that's for sale in the United States is $200 on Bricklink.
Okay.
Secondly and third, obviously, I would just buy the Hogwarts and the Chamber of Secrets that I need for my display, because those are the 2 most expensive old Harry Potter sets.
So it's 1, 2, and 3 right there.
Right there.
All right, man. All Lego, folks. I don't know. I would have my answer would have been totally different, but I guess you have to wait till to see that until Friday when Becca interviews me. All right. What is your opinion? Decals versus printed parts.
I heavily prefer a printed part, and I'll tell you why.
Please.
Sticker pieces are fine, because I know a lot of people like to complain, like, I can't put the sticker on right. It looks like crooked on my set. That's your fault. You put it on wrong. I'm sorry. I can put a sticker on right, and my hands tremble when I hold a phone camera. But the thing is that stickers eventually wear off over time. I actually have,
they can.
To go back to the original Spider-Man again, I have a used set that I actually got from the other Bricks and Minifigs in Illinois. And the stickers on that are like completely
that other
faded.
store.
Yes. Completely faded, and like some of them are like crumpling off. And I love the set because it's the original Spider-Man set, but it's like completely, ruined. And unless you really keep your stickers in great condition, over time they will decay. And the other issue I have is that Lego does not sell or really produce old sticker sheets, which leads people to buy counterfeit ones on eBay. People kind of accept that. I mean, I would accept getting a counterfeit sticker sheet because
you have to if they're not going to make it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's either that or you pay $30 on Bricklink for an old one. It's terrible.
True story.
Yeah.
What is your favorite sport to watch, and what is your favorite sport to play?
So I think my favorite sport to watch it's a tie between hockey and baseball. Oh God, I want to say football too, but I shouldn't do it.
You got to pick one. Pick one. What's your favorite to watch?
I'd say baseball, because I've been watching baseball the longest, and probably know the most about baseball. My favorite to play is definitely like a street hockey.
Okay.
Yes, I love playing street hockey.
Good old roller hockey.
Football. I love football's good too. That was a tough question.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Dave. Let's say. Okay. Is he what? Okay, so we have a question from Guillermo that's asking, are you into anime?
Not really. I don't really watch anime. I think if you could probably consider me a fan of anime in the level of I like Pokemon. I don't.
Dragon Ball Z?
I do play like Dragon Ball Z
Okay.
video games. I think I saw like 2 movies, but like I'm not really.
Gotta get your Kamehameha on.
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't say that I'm like a big fan of anime. I know people that are into anime, and because of osmosis, I know a lot about it, but I don't watch it.
Osmosis is the learning in the transition between contact between a membrane. If you're going to get all biological on me.
I got another one here.
Yes, go ahead, David.
So from Amy, she asks, what Harry Potter set would you like to see come out that hasn't been?
So Amy's asking if there's a Harry Potter set out there that hasn't come out yet, what would it be?
Gilderoy Lockhart's Classroom. Oh my God, I would love to see that.
Gilderoy Lockhart's.
Like species and everything.
Honestly, if it was just because like we haven't gotten a Gilderoy Lockhart since 2002, it has been 18 years and we do not have a new Gilderoy Lockhart minifigure. That is disgraceful on Lego's part.
Okay.
And Gilderoy Lockhart's Classroom would be an awesome addition to the
Now explain to our viewers what her classroom is or what she's the professor of.
Gilderoy Lockhart's a man.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, Gilderoy Lockhart is obviously he's the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in Harry's second year at Hogwarts, and his classroom is it's full of photos of him, the moving photos in Harry Potter, and it's just so funny to me. I love the in all of the photos in his classroom, he's in different costumes, and he's just big smile on like. I love that
big cheesy smile.
Obviously, he has the scene with the Cornish pixies. It would be an awesome set. I would absolutely love to see that in Lego.
Okay.
That's my number one desire for Harry Potter.
Well, we have a follow-up question sort of to that.
Oh.
What is a dream theme that you would want to be made? So not just like Harry Potter's that's already done, whatever else, but if there's something out there that you would want to see a theme or a set made into, what would it be?
Honestly, I think I would have to go with like professional sports, like with like fully licensed by like the teams and the players. So
well, they already had some of those before.
But like not
NBA and
the
NHL.
sports. They didn't have licensed players for the NHL, which is a shame. I would love that. They only had licensed teams.
They did have licensed teams. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was only one set with that. And it's very expensive. I would love the best, like essentially like what Oyo does. You're wrong on that. I found out they are still in business. Yes.
Interesting. We'll talk later.
I would love something just like that. I would love imagine like a I don't know, like let's say a $20 set and you get a pitcher, a batter, and a catcher, and like an outfielder for a baseball set. And it's like a small field.
Mm-hmm.
Oyo does things like that where they have I've gotten a couple before that are like a batting practice field. If Lego and like obviously the pieces don't fit together well because it was kind of cheap plastic. The figures were the big draw. They're nice figures, but really the sets weren't great. If Lego, a quality like building block brand, was able to put that together, I would be
ecstatic.
Yeah, I would be completely ecstatic with that.
Okay. We talked earlier about you being a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite video game of all time?
It's an easy answer to that. My favorite video game of all time is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Yeah.
Okay, why that one? Why that specific
I played that
game?
game first when I was about like 9 years old, and just ever since, it's just been my favorite game. I just really enjoy. I've probably played through it like 6 times.
Okay.
Nice title. It's a really great game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We were asked by our viewers before, what is your advice on making a Lego mosaic? What size plate do you use? And would it be 1x1s or multiple sizes?
Whoa. Okay. So I've never actually made a mosaic before.
Okay.
I can give advice based on the times that I have seen them made.
Sure.
I would say maybe go with a 16x16 plate. That sounds fair.
Okay.
And in my opinion, I think the best thing to do would be to use 1x1s. If you can make it work, you can use different size bricks, but I think 1x1s probably work the best.
Well, I think the question would be if you had, let's say, we had to put like 5 or 6, let's just say 6 1x1s together that would be in like a 2x3 format. Mm-hmm. Why not just use a 2x3 brick?
I suppose so, yeah.
So that's the question: is which way would you do? Would you allow that, or would it have to be 1x1?
I think I'd allow it, but I personally would like to use the 1x1s.
The 1x1s.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going 1x1s, folks. That's the word.
Bricks or plates?
Oh, that's a good add-on to it. I know my answer to that one, but you'll have to find out on Friday.
I guess I'll say bricks. I mean, I think a good reason for me saying that is that there's a lot more you can do with a brick. A plate is like good, but like a brick, you can have like a really cool like printed brick. Let me give you a quick example here. You can get like this cool Gryffindor printed brick right here. You can't do that on a plate. There's no space to print on a plate. I like bricks.
Okay, so you're thinking mosaics laying down. Then you would build it laying down so you can expose the print. Okay,
Exactly.
because you can have mosaics facing up too, studs up. So that is a good question too. You can build both ways. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so this one from Guillermo. What's your opinion on third-party building brick?
So Guillermo's asking, what is your opinion on third-party brick building companies?
Okay, so I think third-party things such as plates and accessories I am completely okay with. The bricks themselves I find to be very chintzy and like they don't fit together very well from a lot of the brands that I've seen.
Mhm.
They're terrible quality. Some of them smell weird. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I really don't like the actual bricks, but I'm fine with like weapons packs and like plates.
Okay.
And I suppose maybe like a custom figure if it's cool.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Do you like to free build or do you prefer to build by the instructions?
Instructions. I don't think I've ever free built in my life.
All right. Yeah, because it's right. Because you don't really do too much with the displays.
I put in like a minifigure that looks cool or something. Yeah, I don't do free builds.
We're gonna have to change that after we go back. After we get everybody back in. You were talking earlier about certifying.
Yes.
It's part of your daily activities when you're here.
Yes.
What is your method to certifying sets?
So my method to certify is I know that
And this isn't a trick question either, because Dave was asking earlier. He's like, "Am I gonna get fired for answering this wrong?"
No, I actually prefer to use Bricklink because Bricklink not only has the parts list for what you need,
Mhm.
but it also has when there are counterparts or alternate colors of the part in the set. For instance, I was just building the original Escape from Privet Drive Harry Potter set, and on most iterations of the Weasley's car, the front grille is a old light gray. However, on the version that I bought a used version of,
Mhm.
the front grills are chrome silver.
Ooh.
That appears as a counterpart on Bricklink because it wasn't in many sets. It looks a lot cooler in my opinion.
Yeah, I would
As a
say that looks
counterpart.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Bricklink is better, honestly. And
Okay.
I take a look at the sticker sheet as well and make sure that all the stickers are applied to the pieces they need to be.
Okay.
Because I feel like stickers are an easy thing to skip over on accident. So yeah, I think Bricklink is the premier way to go through, and that's what I do at home as well when I go through my sets.
Yeah.
Like just yesterday, I was going through and making sure I had all the pieces to the Harry Potter Journey to Hogwarts polybag. I had that in pieces and the Aragog's layer set as well.
Okay.
So I love going through Bricklink like that.
There you go. Okay. Speaking of certifying and sorting,
Yes.
what is your preferred sorting method? By color or by element type?
None. I don't sort my bricks at home.
Oh,
All of my loose bricks are in a giant bin that I've had since I'm probably about like 10 years old that my dad sort of put together when I got out of Lego. He kind of put like all of the brick built things into a giant bin.
okay. Yep. Did the same thing as a kid.
Yeah, so that's
big old
mine are not
Tupperware bin.
sorted. I kind of wish they were because then like I see people that like they kind of organize their bricks like they run a brick
Mhm.
store, but they really don't. So like they can be like, oh, I need a 1x4, just pull out the gray bin. But I kind of want to do that, but it's also going to take a lot of time. So like maybe not. But I don't have them sorted at all. If I had them sorted, what I would do is have one of those taller plastic drawer separators and have one drawer light bluish gray, light gray, and then inside I would have small plastic bags with the different pieces of each color in there. So I could pull out a plastic bag of light gray 1x4s by going into the light gray drawer.
Okay.
So I think the master sorting method would be color, but then individually you could do.
Okay.
as well.
So you do color first and then sort by element.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm trying. That's going to be a big question, so I'm going to try to move on to another one here. Who is your biggest celebrity crush?
Okay. I had a really good answer to this.
Okay.
When I was in freshman year of high school. Rest in peace. Bless your soul. But Carrie Fisher.
Oh, okay.
And this is exactly.
I would assume that you're talking about young Carrie Fisher.
Hold on.
Okay.
So this is right after The Force Awakens came out. This is second semester of my freshman year of high school, 2015. And,
Okay.
We were reading Romeo and Juliet, and they called it was like they called Romeo something, and it was like a man of blank. It was like a man of like honor or something. And like,
okay.
my teacher was like, "How about like some of the boys things? Like, can you name like a woman of honor that like you think is really nice?" And nobody raised their hand, so I raised my hand. I was like, "Carrie Fisher," and she's just like, and everybody like laughed, and she's like, "Oh, but you mean like like the one from the '80s?" And I was like, "No, I mean like the newer one. Like she's like she's people think she's old, but I thought she looked nice." And
Yeah, no, and the thing is, she was hilarious. She was super funny and very very out there and blunt. I mean, she would tell you what was up, and she had no problem holding it back. What'd you say, Dave? Yeah. So we are getting to our end of our pre-lit questions here. Dave, how far are we into our stream today so far? Okay, so we went a little quicker than I thought. So if you guys have any questions, now is the time to get in and ask Andrew whatever you want. Make sure you guys post it in your comments, whether on YouTube or Facebook. Dave's watching both. Or if you want to ask it live or have a conversation with us, feel free to use the link on the bottom of the page. Dave, if you can just copy and paste that into the stream as well, so it might be a little easier for people to copy it. You guys can join us live here and ask those questions. So I'm going to do the second. We have 2 questions left. It's like 2 preemptive questions here. I'm going to go with the easier of the 2 first. Okay. We're going to let you simmer on the last one. Which pill do you choose, red or blue?
Just generally blue.
No, have you ever watched The Matrix?
I have probably seen bits and pieces.
Okay, so I'm going to explain it. So red is all-knowing truth, or blue is blissful ignorance. So do you choose all-knowing truth or blissful ignorance? And why?
I feel like I'd still go with blue as blissful ignorance.
Okay.
I feel like that's like like a slightly happier version of what we're already living.
Okay.
We don't know some things. Like obviously like what's in Area 51? Who knows? I mean, we're already blissfully ignorant, so I'll go with that.
Going blue. All right. All right. So here's the last question. I want you to think about this before you answer it. Okay. All right. Why don't we do those first then, Dave? Why don't you guys shoot us those questions?
Okay. So first one is from Ellie. She asked if you could have any set for free besides Harry Potter or Spider-Man, what would it be?
So we have a question then that is, if you could get any set for free, so free 99.
Free 99.
No tax.
And it's not Harry Potter.
And it's not Harry Potter or Spider-Man. So we're taking you outside of your themes.
That's what you think.
What would it be? Oh, he's got a secret one. There's more.
Did I happen to mention that I'm a really big fan of 2002 Lego Star Wars sets?
Dun dun dun.
I choose out of the 2002 Lego Star Wars line for a set that I could own completely free of charge, the original Republic gunship.
Ooh. Do you remember what set number it is? Trivia question.
I'd probably say like I estimate about like probably 7-1. It's 7-1 something. It's like 7-1, probably like 5-2 or something.
Okay.
Somewhere in that range.
Close enough. All right. So there you have it. So Andrew is a big fan of the original Lego Spider-Man.
2002 Star Wars. That's what's up.
The original. And you know what's funny is they're all about the same age.
Yep. Because this is the golden era.
Like 2000, 2002. And those were all when the licensing first started happening into the 99.
The yellow minifigs.
And then they started coming out right. So that's what's doing it for you is the old yellow licensed minifigs. So that's interesting. Okay. Yes, go ahead, David.
Kind of fitting with the other one from Carrie. She asked, "What is your favorite non-licensed theme from Lego?"
What is your favorite non-licensed theme from Lego?
That's tough. Wow.
So we're talking a Lego original theme.
I think Ninjago is pretty cool, but I probably haven't bought a Ninjago set in a while. I think they're just generally kind of cool. I really am big on the licensed. I'm not huge on non-licensed, to be honest. So it's not that I dislike them. It's just I buy these.
Yeah.
I would say maybe Ninjago. In terms of like former ones, I think Studios was pretty cool generally.
Okay.
So maybe that.
So I've got a question off of that a little bit. So you have a lot of older sets, and I would have to assume that you have some open that you played with.
Some.
Out of everything that's open, what is your, I guess, especially going off of Star Wars here, let's say, or maybe a little bit of Harry Potter, depending on how it goes. What is your favorite swishable ship that you own?
Oh, this is an easy question. Jango Fett Slave 1.
Ooh.
Jango Fett Slave 1 is a incredible set, and I don't just like it because it's like the only Jango Fett Slave 1. That set is really cool. It has a magnetic feature. It has a cargo holding area in the bottom that's magnetically attached. You can drop missiles with it, and you just pick it up. It's big. It's got cool colors, and you can just.
And how does it swish?
Great.
What sound do you make when you swish the Jango Fett or the Jango Fett Slave 1?
Same noise that it makes in the movie. It sounds like a motorcycle.
All right. Awesome. Any other questions? If you guys have them, I've only got one left for them. So if you guys have any more questions, please let us know. So Guillermo is asking, I'm guessing he's probably on Facebook. He's asking, how do you think that Lego will evolve going forward?
So that's a question that I really don't know that there's a great answer to. This like almost exact same question got asked on the last Ask M&R Productions. That I watched.
Our buddy Ryan over there at M&R. Yep.
And he pretty much has the same sentiment that I have on it. If I had asked you this question in 2002 with this Harry Potter set, what would your answer have really been? I have no idea how Lego's really going to evolve because as it stands, if you had asked me this in 2002 at this same age, I would have been like, well, Lego's not going to evolve. Look, this has green and red in the same set and characters from a movie. That's incredible. Would anybody have guessed that we would get like characters from Harry Potter that only appear in like 3 seconds of film? You know,
this is true, and it happens a lot with different themes all the time.
It's really like unbelievable how Lego has evolved. It's changing more and more every single year. I mean, maybe not with Star Wars because they just keep pumping out the exact same original trilogy sets over and over, getting more prequel stuff.
Hey, we finally got a UCSA wing. Let it alone.
That's the original trilogy. I want prequel stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's really hard to say how Lego is going to change. Right now, I feel like Lego has already reached its peak. But in 20 years from now, when they're including like characters that only appeared in the Harry Potter books or, expanded universe Star Wars characters, and it'd be like, oh, well, yeah, this is the peak. Yeah. But I can't really say for right now. I think right now.
So you're thinking they need to come out with a UCS droid command ship or something like that. What's that?
Guild-Brat Lockhart's class from UCS.
Fully blown out with all the hooks and all the pictures that move. You gotta have them all move with like little digital screens. Yes. Who knows?
You got one for us, David?
Yeah, I got one here.
Yep, go ahead.
What is your least favorite early 2000s set?
So what is your least favorite early 2000s set?
If that constitutes, I'm just gonna go with these like this like from these 3 themes because those are the ones I know
that you focus on the most. Okay.
Yes. I'll say for Star Wars, the worst early 2000s set is probably like the first ever MTT. That's a really
yeah, it was ugly.
In terms of Spider-Man, because I'll just go through like these 3 because that's easy. In terms of the worst Spider-Man set, they had these sets that were basically like the Jack Stone figures that I believe were the Max figures.
Yes,
there was one set that actually wasn't bad. I actually bought it from here. It's like a cafe, and I had that building up in my like New York City like kind of area. It's actually a good build. But the other set is just called Doc Ock's Street Chase. That set constitutes Spider-Man in a helicopter, never appears in the movie, a policeman that has flesh-colored skin like he's an actual licensed character, but really isn't because he's not a character.
Right.
And Dr. Octopus on a yellow motorcycle. And the minifigures look horrendous. That is the worst Spider-Man set ever. The other one, like I said, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Because you get an exclusive Peter Parker Max fig, and it looks okay. And then the building is good. But like the Street Chase one is horrendous. And for Harry Potter, I think the worst of the early sets, it's not really a bad set at all because I actually own this one, but it's just a really small set, and I feel like there's not like a lot to really do with it. Is the first ever? Oh no, I don't want to say that. I'll go with it. The Flying Lesson set. It's literally, I believe it's 23 pieces. It's literally just Draco, Harry, and then like. Was
Madam Hooch part of that or no?
No, she was only in this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the only good thing about the set, because I mean the minifigures are good, but you get them in a bunch of others. It's the Remember All. The Remember All is only in that set, but it's literally just like 2 broomsticks, Harry, Draco, and then like a wheelbarrow. It's 23 pieces. It's not very good, but I like it. It's just.
You figure each minifig in their broom is 5 pieces each, or whatever. So there's 10 pieces out of that set. So what else are you gonna put with there?
Yeah, I think it's like 2 2x3s, some some wheels and the remember all, and then it's over.
Yeah, and the wheelbarrow, of course, has to have the wheels attached to it, so that's another piece taken out of that too. David, do we have any more live questions that all going on right now? Okay. So again, if you guys have any questions at all for Andrew, today is your chance to ask.
Yes.
He is here live with us. We've been going through, believe it or not, we've actually already asked him about 46 questions that he's gone through pretty quick with surprisingly good answers. I like this. There's not one where you're like, oh man, I was like, I don't know. Of course, this one's going to give you a little heartburn as you think about this.
Probably not.
But so if you guys have any questions, please make sure you guys ask us in the chat or link into or copy paste our link to join us live here. We do have our earpieces in and can hear you if you would like to join us and ask your question live on the air with us. So your last question for me, Andrew,
Yes.
at least that I can come off the top of my head so far. What does Lego do for you as a person? Like, what is a deep down core reason you play or build with Lego? Or collect Lego in your case, as we have seen from your
I collect
expansive
Lego,
collection
yeah.
here.
What Lego does for me, it's kind of like,
Think about it.
because the thing is, I already have an answer in my head.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
Lego is an outlet basically to like further appreciate things that I already love. I already love Harry Potter, but I can't just like have like a Hogwarts castle.
You can't take Daniel Radcliffe home either.
It'd be awesome if you could, put him in a cage and make him say quotes or something. But like, no, you can't.
I think that's illegal in some countries.
Yeah. But Lego's just, it's a great place to because I have a huge display of Harry Potter sets in my room, Spider-Man, Star Wars, and like I could put like model ships up or something, but it's like it's not only something that I love, but it's like something like I can collect it, I can spend time building it, I can spend time looking into things, doing research. Like, not a lot of people know about that Spider-Man set that it wasn't released. I know about it. That's the set I want the most.
Yeah.
It's something that like it gives me an opportunity to like research, to like know things about it. I just love feeling knowledgeable about it too. Like if somebody, like I have friends that like know about Lego or kind of like it but don't really know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They'll ask me like, what year did this come out? Oh, 2009. Yeah. Like instantly. Like I love being like an encyclopedia about Lego basically.
Okay. So here's another question I just came up with too, and then we have a couple more that are loading up in our chat. So thank you guys for asking those questions. We want to hear them. So growing up as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and even now as an adult, you still build, play with, and collect Lego. How do you feel about people what could you say to others who are out there that get teased about playing with Lego as a kid? Or even as an adult, because maybe there's some adults out there that kind of don't look very well on others who play with Lego either.
Yeah, no, I completely see that. I think people that take time out of their day to make fun of people who play with Lego or insult people who like it because they think it's like a kid's toy.
Mm-hmm.
The answer's on the box. Do you not see the UCS sets that say 16 plus?
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect a 10-year-old kid to build that? Like, it's for everybody. I mean, Lego's something for everybody. And like, if you're out there and like somebody is like mocking you or making fun of you because you enjoy something, you collect something,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe you shouldn't be hanging around those people basically.
Fair enough.
If there are friends that are like saying that like you're an idiot or you're like a kid because you like something, then those aren't really your friends. So find people that will actually be like, oh, that's cool. Maybe they don't like it, but they can like that you like it basically.
Yeah, I appreciate that you like something that much.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So it sounds like we have a slew of questions from you guys at home. So David, why don't you go ahead and feed us one of those and we'll see what we can do. And again, if you want to join us live and ask us personally, you could just log into the link there. It takes you to a little story. Just fill out your name and you can pop on and ask us live.
All right. So
Go ahead, Dave.
from here, if you could get rid of one fandom or franchise, what would it be?
Say it one more time. If you could get rid of what?
If you could get rid of one fandom or franchise, what would it be?
Okay, so the question is, if you can get rid of one fandom or franchise, what would it be?
Yeah, this is like a tie between.
Wait, say it again. Oh, except for Lego?
No, for Lego.
Oh, for Lego specific. Well, how does if you're going to be a fan of Lego? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
So like basically get rid of a theme.
Yeah. So if you get rid of a theme, what would it be?
Trolls.
the trolls.
I
It just came out, man. It's colorful.
I mean, the pieces are cool, but
Do the
minifigures are really
do the minifigs scare you?
No, I just think they look ugly. The minion sets are cool. I like the minion sets.
Okay.
I guess that's what I would get rid of.
So he's gonna get rid of the
I'd
trolls. He's cutting it
the
out.
theme, yeah.
Been there, done that. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's over.
I haven't done that. Just been there.
Touche. All right, Dave. What's up next?
Okay, says another part of that question for franchises that you acquired, if you were in charge of licensing.
Wait.
So if you were Lego.
So I think the question is: so if you were the essentially production manager, whatever at Lego, and you could develop a franchise theme, like a licensed theme, what would it be? That doesn't already exist.
Yeah.
Is that correct, Dave? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's kind of what he's getting at.
Okay.
So I know I said sports earlier, but I'll go into a different one that kind of ties sports. I think Cartoon Network just as like a general
Ooh,
thing. There's so
okay.
many like great things that they could do with the Cartoon
Dexter.
Network theme. Imagine like an
Some more
Ed and
Powerpuff
Eddie
Girls.
set.
Oh yeah.
Like a regular show set. I would absolutely kill for either of those. That would
Okay.
be a killer theme.
And that's a very broad network to
Yeah.
get into, so you could get a lot of shows in there,
Exactly.
including expanding on the Powerpuff Girls too that were already
Yeah.
out there.
And they're
I
already
love
in
me.
with Cartoon Network.
I love
Get in
me
there.
some Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, they're already in with Cartoon Network. You need to get in there and do some more.
Yeah. All right. What's up next, Dave?
Another one from Guillermo, fantasy or sci-fi? What do you like more?
So Guillermo asks, fantasy or sci-fi? What do you like more, and why?
This is really dividing for me because on one hand, I really like fantasy like things such as like Harry Potter. I also really like Star Wars, and like the one like decider there could be Spider-Man, but that doesn't really constitute as fantasy or sci-fi. I think sci-fi has a lot to offer, but like fantasy does too. It's like a complete tie for me. I don't know if I have a direct answer.
Ooh, okay. So no answer.
Yeah, that's on. I can't.
It's a
give it-
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Needs a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
All right.
So those are from Guillermo.
Uh huh.
A couple of these are from
And thank you guys for asking those questions. Keep them coming.
Sarah has a couple.
Okay. Yep. So just go ahead and feed this one.
Next one is, what is your favorite mob from Minecraft?
So what is your favorite mob or monster from Minecraft?
My favorite mob in Minecraft. Oh, that's tough. I honestly
Because you
hate
have been
all-
playing for hours and hours and hours a
Yes.
day, apparently.
I hate all of them because they tried to kill me. But, I think the ones that like I'm most excited, and I'll explain this. The ones that I'm most excited to see are the skeletons because this is going into Minecraft. This is something I
Yeah.
discovered.
The Okay.
Best two enchantments that you should hypothetically be able to put on a bow are the infinity enchantment, which that you only need one arrow. You don't have to put like a bunch of your inventory, and mending. It takes some of your experience and repairs like uses on your bow. But you can't put the two of them on a bow by yourself. The only way to get one is if you kill a skeleton with an enchanted bow. There's like a 1 in a billion chance that he could have a mending and infinity bow, and it'll like never go away. Like you'll never lose that bow.
Until you accidentally lose it, and you got to go back and hunt it down again.
I would do that, yeah. But that's why the skeleton's the best, because there's like that small chance that I could get a mending and infinity bow.
Awesome. I would say for me it would have to be those darn creepers. You're just walking around and boom, and they blow up half your base. You're like, no.
I have a grudge against this.
All right. Next up, Dave.
Would you rather have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari?
So we have a question that says, would you in real life would you rather prefer a Lamborghini or a Ferrari?
Whichever one costs more, so I can sell it and buy more Lego, because I don't know much about cars.
There you go.
I'm just being honest. Like that's not me trying to like. burn
And
the
there's
question. Like, I don't know much about cars. I want the purple SUV. I don't really care about like a.
He wants that Ford Expedition in dark purple. He doesn't care. He'll buy 12 of them.
Yeah.
It's
Sarah, the first one's
okay.
technically Chris.
Okay.
So Chris would like to know, what is Andrew's favorite Lego Ninjago?
So we have a question that is asking is, what is your favorite Lego Ninjago set?
I can't remember what it's called. However, I really liked the. I think it was like during the the wave that was like the Sons of Garmadon sets. It was that like it was like a 500 piece like green car. It was like Lloyd's like I think it might have been called like the Nightcrawler.
Okay.
It was something
I'm
like
trying
a
to think
crawler.
about
It was like a big like 500 piece car. I really like that set. I bought that one off eBay and built it. That one was really cool.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. It's something crawler.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I know which one you're talking about. I just don't remember the name of
It
it
is
either.
like like
It's not the
coming off of
Destiny
it.
Crawler. It's something
No.
else.
I think it might be the Nightcrawler or something
That's
like
one
that.
of the 2 6-shooters come on the side.
I think so. And it's got like one of those like masked characters on a motorcycle on with it too. Like,
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
okay. Another one from Sarah is what do you think of the integrity bills?
So we have a question from my wife Sarah. She's watching. I think was it my Sarah or your Sarah? Or okay. So the question is, have you seen the Tensegrity builds yet? Are you familiar with what we're talking about?
No idea.
Okay. So there's your answer for you. He has no idea. So there's a new theme there's a new idea coming out. I should say new. There's an old school theme that started trending in Lego recently called Tensegrity, which is a combination of tensile strength and integrity.
Okay.
So essentially what they are floating builds. So you have a stand with an inverted build. So it's almost kind of like if you think like this, where there's chains that are mounted here and from up here to the base down here so that this doesn't tip backwards. So it gives it the appearance of it floating, but it's stable on the chains. So what was her specific question, Dave? About the Tensegrity builds? What is your opinion on them?
Yeah, Chris wants to know his idea.
Okay. So I guess the question is, what would be your idea on those? But it sounds like you haven't gotten into them too much.
I have no idea.
So his idea is he has no idea.
Yeah. I wish I had an idea. It sounds interesting.
Well, we'll show you some afterwards.
Okay.
Some of them are pretty awesome. We have.
Another one from Guillermo is Disneyland or Legoland?
Oh, so Guillermo's asking Disneyland or Legoland? Question mark.
As somebody who's been to Disneyland, California, because Disney World, that's a whole different ballgame.
Correct.
Disneyland, really not that great. The actual it's a lot smaller than Disney World. There's a lot less to do there. They have the California Adventure area. That area
Yes.
was like garbage.
Which, by the way, actually, I just got through the Disney documentaries on Disney Plus. That was actually a completely separate park.
Yeah.
Like it's not even Disneyland. It's just its own thing.
Yeah. I really did not it was okay, but it literally just felt like a cheaper version of Disney World. And I've been to Disney World dozens of times. I was just telling my dad this morning, I really want to go back to Disney World. I'm really craving that right now. But Disneyland, I don't really have any desire to go back there. I might go back there because I think they had a couple different rides.
So let's
but I would go to
elaborate this.
Legoland.
Disney World or Legoland?
Disney World instantly.
Okay.
The hotels there are top notch in my opinion, especially the vacation club hotels. They have a lot of great pools, water parks. The rides are pretty fun. The one thing I don't like about Disney World is that it's always very hot. But then again, Legoland would be too if we're talking Legoland, Florida. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. Got any more?
Yep, got another one here from Karen. She asked, "What is your favorite set of this year, 2020?"
So
far, obviously.
okay, so out of the currently released sets, what is your favorite 2020 set that's been released?
That's really tough.
Because we know there's a lot coming.
I could give you an instant answer out of the ones that are coming.
All right, so how about this? So ones that have not come out yet, but you know are coming out, what is your favorite? Coming out.
I mean, it's either the Astronomy Tower or Privet Drive out of the ones that are coming.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Harry Potter for both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like the 501st Legion Clone Troopers, but that's on a lower notch than the Harry Potter sets. Right?
Okay. The ATRT set?
Yes.
Okay.
I think out of the ones that have already been released, what Star Wars ones were even released for? The Sith Troopers Battle Pack was decent.
Okay.
That was a solid set.
Yeah, so far if you're thinking Star Wars,
I really didn't like a lot.
You've got the green A-wing, you've got the Zori Bliss's Y-wing, you've got the newly released Dio,
Kylo Ren shuttle too.
Kylo Ren shuttle. You've got the 3 of the helmets.
Yeah.
You've got the Mandalorian battle pack, the Sith Trooper Battle Pack. You got the ATST Raider.
What am I saying? I know exactly what it's the Duel on Mustafar. That's my favorite. Of the
The new remake of the Duel Mustafar.
Yes,
set.
I've been waiting for them to remake that since like I was like 8 years old.
Interesting.
I can't believe I forgot about it.
I completely do not like that set. It's one of my least favorite
really
sets
like
there
that
is.
set because it's cheap. It has 2 exclusive minifigures and it has just enough playability to occupy me for like 15 minutes.
And then it goes on the shelf.
More like plastic box.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, good question. Anything else we got so far?
Yeah, they're still rolling in.
All right, hey, yeah, keep them coming, guys. I mean, Andrew's good to go until he says he's got to leave. So.
Here's from Tom, your dad. He has your idea Disney World Lego set.
Wait. Say it one more time.
He says Disney World set.
What would I like to see?
What would you like to see as a set?
So the question is from your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Is out of Disney World, since it sounds like you like it so much.
Yeah.
If you could pick a part of Disney World that would be turned into a set, because we know there's been the castle, we know there's been the train, what would it be?
I'm going to go something a little bit more obscure here. I think something that would be really cool would be the Contemporary Resort, if you know what resort that is. Yeah, I think the Contemporary would be really cool, especially if you had like just like a short monorail track going through it as well.
Yes.
The Contemporary is like, I think the hotel area of the Contemporary isn't really my favorite, but the actual inside of it is really great, especially
The Contemporary one is the one that's kind of almost trapezoidal shaped or
Yes,
whatever, right?
it's
Where
the
the
white one with
monorail
the-
goes right through the one side.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think the inside of the Contemporary looks really nice, and I think that would be a really cool one. I think it would have to be one that's like thousands of pieces, but I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Probably, obviously, wouldn't be able to do all the hotel rooms, but
Well, it'd basically be the size of like the bigger Sandcrawler or something
yeah,
like that.
just the hotel rooms, like that would be hard to do, but that would be really cool. I would really like to see that.
At least like a big architecture series
Yeah,
set.
I suppose.
What if it was like an architecture set, like the size of an architecture set, like
I could go
400
for that. I would
okay.
put that on my shelf for sure. I like what the
a micro
Contemporary
scale
looks,
version? All right. Okay. Not a bad question.
Yeah.
At least Tom didn't upset him this time with gluing it together.
Yeah. He's gonna hear it.
Guillermo asks, what is your favorite way to unwind after work?
Ooh, so Guillermo's been asking a lot of questions today. He's full of questions. He did this to us. He came up with a lot of these the last day. What is your favorite way to unwind after work? And make sure you're keeping it PG.
Anyway, probably YouTube or like just like taking a nap. Maybe I'll like because like usually sometimes
You
by
get
the time-
naps?
Huh?
You get naps?
Yeah. Occasionally, like I'll come home and it'll be like dinner time, or it's like like 4 p.m. or something. I'll maybe like have a snack, or I'll have dinner or something, and then I'll just chill out, watch YouTube, maybe play Minecraft or something.
Okay.
That sounds like the
Oh
phone.
my God, this is such a good.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay. All right. While he's taking care of that, so here's another question for you. So, with this being your first job,
Mhm.
how do you feel things have been going since you started, and like what have you learned in the year and a half that you've been here with us? Because originally we hired you on and you swore you were not going to get the job. And then when I remember we talked about it, and you were so excited when I called you and said, "Hey, you got the job," and you're like, "Oh my God, I got the
just
job."
started an episode of season 3 of Malcolm in the Middle with a plate with a plate full of chicken rice and orange chicken.
Awesome.
And I looked up on my phone. I saw Bricks and Minifigs calling. I was like, huh. Well, I guess he's going to call me and say I didn't get the job. And no, I was pretty the first candidate. That's cool.
Yeah.
What have I learned? I mean, there's a lot I've learned. I've learned a lot about Lego even. I mean, like because like, let me put it this way. I never knew about like the idea of kind of putting together a Lego set, maybe not like right out of the box, but like getting the pieces on Bricklink if you're missing some of them.
Mhm.
I learned how to like salvage a Lego set, which is something that I personally love doing. And I've also learned business relations and stuff like that. I mean, when we had the thing last summer, the online sales academy thing,
Yep.
the guy on that was funny.
It's good points that he makes. I mean,
he
it
did,
is.
but the guy was very smiley.
It's part of our. So what he's talking about is some of our retail training that we had. We were given to. There's a gentleman that kind of does these little how-to videos and how to react to things or whatever, and he's got this huge grin and he's like just very positive all the time.
Here's a short test. I know you're gonna do great on it.
Yeah, exactly. I know you're gonna do wonderful. Yeah. That's good. All right, go ahead, shoot them our way. For a quick follow-up question, and I'm sure I know the answer to this. What is the biggest surprise you found while going through a lot from us?
That's too easy.
Whether it's something that's not Lego that shouldn't have been there, or something that was Lego that was amazing.
Definitely when David and I found just like random chunks of Cloud City Boba Fett and put it together. That's obviously the easy one, but that wasn't it for that lot. In that lot, I managed to find a bunch of old stuff. The only out of the box version I have of the original Green Goblin was from that lot. Because we had, I put this together, all pieces that were here somehow, some way. Like I was in the back one day and I saw just the original like painted Green Goblin helmet. And you sold me that. And I found the legs one day. You sold me that. And I had just the legs and the helmet. And then when we were going through that lot, I found the torso and the head somehow. And I was like, oh my God, this is literally exactly old. Like the other pieces weren't there, but those were the exact pieces I needed to finish my minifig. That was a great lot.
There you go.
Yes,
I had a feeling it was going to be that one. Plus, you guys made some extra money on that too. All right, Dave. What do we got? It sounds like you have a handful more over there.
Okay, so Billy wants to know, do you have any pets?
Do you? Wait, what is it?
Pets? Do you have any?
Do you have any pets? And if so, what kind?
I do not currently have any pets. My brother has a Shiba Inu named Finn right now.
Like Finn from Star Wars Finn, or just Finn because Finn?
Probably like Star Wars, Adventure Time, mixed.
Oh, okay.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. You have to ask him, find out.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't directly have a pet, but he's kind of a pseudo pet. He's my.
He's in the house.
He's not in the house, but he lives in a condo now. But we see him,
But do you have any pets in your house?
No.
Okay, so the answer is no. He does not have any pets.
But kind of. He
That's
stays with
it.
us sometimes.
No. You guys in your house. It's gonna be in your house.
He's sometimes in our house.
Okay. Guillermo's got a really good one.
Oh.
Too, so here it goes. If you had the chance to design a Hall of Armor for Spider-Man, what 5 suits, minifigs, or characters would you include? And he says, any series, any universe.
Okay, so the question is, if you were to build a Hall of Armor like for Iron Man, but for Spider-Man, what 5 suits or minifigures would you include from them from any series or episode or whatever of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse?
I assume that you mean in the form of Lego, so I'm going to go with some minifigures.
I would say go with anything,
Right,
like, whether it's made or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because if we're talking like a Lego Hall of Armor, then I'm going to just include
The Lego
I'm going to
fix?
try and include suits that haven't been made.
Okay.
So specifically, the Spider-Man 3 symbiote suit was never made in Lego because they lost the license before Spider-Man 3.
Correct.
I would also like a battle damaged like Raimi trilogy Spider-Man suit. That was nothing that was ever made. A battle damaged suit like that would be really cool.
It's all torn up and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I could also go for a maybe. Oh, this is so tough. I mean, I still have 3.
Yeah, so you just got 3 more to go.
Obviously already been made, but I really like Spider-Man 2099, as I've already said.
Yeah, so that's 3.
Let's go with. I also really like the homemade suit from Homecoming. That one was
Okay,
really
with
cool.
the hood and everything. Okay.
And then probably just the normal Homecoming Spider-Man. But I would like to critique on the normal Lego minifigure. The blue on that minifigure is way too dark compared to what's in the movie.
Yes.
It should be lighter blue.
Yes.
If there's a lighter blue version of that, put that.
Well, a lot of the thing is too is a lot of the Lego toys are for especially licenses are usually made like a year ahead of time.
Yeah.
And they change things.
Well, that's why the Snow Speeder wasn't in The Force Awakens.
Exactly. There's a lot of them there. Yes, but good point. Next one up, Dave.
Another one is from Becca. She asks, if you were CEO of Lego, what would be your first course of action? Slushy.
So if you were / what?
It says slushy.
Oh, I got you. No, I got okay. So Becca's asking if you were the CEO of Lego, what would be the first executive order that you would make?
First things first, get me a copy of the Spider-Man wrestling team set. No question.
I think you'd have access to that at that point.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like, so actual orders of like, what was the biggest thing that you would change or do as new
Make Star
CEO?
Wars sets better and a little bit less expensive. I agree that they're not technically overpriced, but I don't really think that they're. And also, it's hard to say they're not competitively priced because there isn't a Star Wars building set competitor.
Right.
But I'm sorry, that Luke's land speeder and like Obi-Wan's hut they put out this year, through the roof expensive. That's not. I'm never gonna buy those sets now unless I find them on clearance. And I wanted the Obi-Wan's house.
I have a feeling Obi-Wan's hut will be clearance
It has
for
to
a
be.
good
There's
price
no
when
way.
it comes out.
200 pieces and like 3 minifigs for $30. You kidding me?
Yeah, but it has an awesome little holographic Princess Leia.
And stop making Luke's land speeders so frequently too.
Yes,
I'm
I
tired of it.
100% agree because I think this is like the 7th iteration or something like that of
Just wait until
his
they make
land
the
speeder.
UCS
I'm
Luke's land
done.
speeder.
No,
Just wait.
no,
Just wait.
no, no, No.
And then I would also.
What's that? Oh yeah, I knew. I knew when she must have answered the rest of it on there. But yes, Becca, I understand what you meant. I got you, girl. Say hi to Slush.
Slush. Oh, hi.
What's that? Yeah.
So first one is, how does Andrew feel about the Wither Storm in Minecraft?
So how do you feel about the Wither Storm?
I don't quite know what that is. I've played Minecraft a good amount of time, and I cannot say I've heard of that.
I know about the Withers, but I don't know about a Wither Storm.
I don't know what a Wither Storm is.
Is it a storm of withers?
I don't like Wither skeletons. They're terrible. If that answers part of the question.
Okay.
Another part is any Ender Dragon.
Is what?
Ender Dragon?
What about it? How do you feel about the Ender Dragon?
I have yet to face it in my run with my friends right now. We're getting there. We have the portal open to get to it. We just haven't yet because we're getting diamonds together for our run at the end. So.
Playing survival or are you playing creative? Okay. Way to go. So wait, really? What did you just did that to make it awkward?
Yep.
And that's Andrew.
Got me there.
All right. What else you got, Dave? Anything else? You're laughing at something over there. So again, we haven't had anybody hop on with us, but if you guys want to, use the link on the bottom of your screen. You can actually hop in with us and ask this question live. If not, feel free to ask the question in comment, and Dave will get it over to us, and we'll get it answered for you as soon as we can. It's just some pretty dope sets, though.
Yeah.
I remember these guys. We had this one open here.
Mm-hmm.
They're all super small.
Yeah,
that was like 10 or 12.
That's actually like one of the cheapest like old sealed Star Wars sets I've ever seen. My brother got me that for Christmas for about $20.
Actually, we do not have this one here. We didn't. No, we had those two here, but we didn't have this. We didn't have the one that you have here. I don't know about that one. I know about the other two though.
Pristine box on that one.
All right. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Dave, do you have any questions at all for Andrew?
Questions?
All right, so my questions are just like catch-up questions for him because I haven't seen. Well, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But if you have any general
questions for him, yeah. And again, if you guys have questions at home, please feel free to let us know. Like we said, answer them in the comments or click on that link and copy and paste it in. Okay.
So this one from Chris again is, what does Andrew play on Minecraft?
What do I play
What
on?
do you play Minecraft on?
Oh, I play on PC. I play the I think it's like Java edition on PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
From Ellie, she asked, "What is your favorite movie, non-Spider-Man, Harry Potter, or Star Wars?"
So what is your non-Star Wars, Harry Potter, or Spider-Man favorite movie?
So there are a lot
excluding
of,
those three franchises,
Yeah.
what is your favorite movie?
there are a lot of like movies that like outside of those. I guess two that are coming off the top of my head right now would be Pleasantville or like The Truman Show. Those are really good movies.
both. Okay. So both Jim Carrey movies. Both Jim Carrey. Wait,
Jim Carrey's
Pleasantville?
in Pleasantville.
No, he's not in Pleasantville. It's the other.
Pleasantville,
Tobey Maguire's in
Yeah.
Pleasantville. Thank you.
It's a great movie.
I guess I was crossing Truman Show, but Truman Show was awesome. I
I
like
love
Truman Show a
Truman Show,
lot.
yeah.
It was good. All right, what's up, Dave? What do you got for us?
My question is, it kind of relates to what I'm going to do for the stream after all this, is what is something about Lego, from Lego, etc., over the years that really just like breaks your brain?
So Dave is asking because he's doing a new stream called "What Breaks Your Brick" or "What Breaks My Bricks" coming up soon. So he's asking, what in the Lego world breaks your bricks?
Like that's something Lego specifically does.
Lego
Or, like,
specifically.
anything related to Lego.
That anything that happened with Lego, something that just drives you bonkers.
We already touched on the Luke's land speeder thing, and that's a very
Yes.
overdone topic. So I'm not gonna say that. Something that absolutely breaks my brick is the fact that Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, has like far and above the least sets. It's like ridiculous. Out of any Star Wars movie, that is the least amount of sets. Do you have any idea how many sets they could make off that movie? There's so many different ships, different scenes, different characters. That movie has so much of everything to offer.
That fight in the Coliseum?
Yes, the Ackley and the Reek. Yes. Yeah, I forget what the third one's called, but they just haven't made things like that. When are we going to get the Geonosis Petaranki Arena? I don't know. When are we going?
That
to
would have
get
been a cool
That would
set.
have been a very cool Master Builder.
The Geonosian Arena. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And they could have had it, and then they could maybe they re-release that or make that set, but then re-release the like Battle Worn Padme Amidala with it, or whatever too. That would have been dope. Yeah, but they should make it kind of bloodied or make a little scratch.
And
or
like
whatever,
this is
a
almost the same
legit
thing as I
scratch.
was saying earlier. This one is more commonly talked about than the Guild Red Locker Room. But I was saying earlier, they've made it Guild Red Locker since 2002. It's ridiculous. The figures, I love the figure because it's old Harry Potter, but it
Yep.
looks outdated.
But it's
by today's
outdated,
standards.
right.
Yeah, I can't put that in my Hogwarts.
Well,
It
and
looks
the
terrible.
printing has definitely changed, I think,
Yeah.
for sure over time, where things before was like, oh, hey, we're going to give them a pocket. And it's like, hey, great, that's an awesome looking pocket. Where now it's like, here's some ruffles, here's some buttons, here's some this. There's a lot more detail.
They haven't, but like my point in that is that they haven't made the Zam Wessel Speeder Chase set. They haven't made Jango Fett Slave 1. They haven't like, I mean, there's a bunch of things from episode 2. They have
and they make that
made
that character too, but they don't have the speeder for her.
What, Zam Wessel?
Wessel, yeah.
They haven't made Wessel since 2002.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that there was, and I was like,
Yeah, they need to make a new one.
It's ridiculous. Attack of the Clones is so underrepresented. Like, I know people are like, oh, it's the prequels, it's boring. I don't like it. That's my favorite Star Wars movie. Talk trash on it. You have to talk to me. First things first. And secondly, I don't care if you think it's a boring movie. You have to admit there are some really great scenes, ships, everything from that movie that should be made into Lego that just aren't. Because while we're still getting Luke's land speeders and Millennium Falcons and everything from the original trilogy, every single year we're still missing like a Wat Tambor minifigure. Where is that?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anything cool like that from the prequels. All it is.
I think they needed a new Watto too.
Yeah, the last Watto they made was like 2011.
Yeah,
I mean,
it still wasn't that
almost been 10
great.
years.
It still wasn't that good. The original one was just solid blue too, which is weird.
It's a weird figure.
Okay. Do you have a favorite actor?
Well, I feel like the easy answer to this would be to say Tobey Maguire because like the Spider-Man movies, but like I don't know. I feel like any of these answers is just going to come down to like one role of being like, oh, I really like Daniel Radcliffe because of Harry Potter.
Okay, so let's say none.
Okay,
those themes.
That's really tough.
Who's your favorite actor?
Honestly,
how about who's your favorite actor? Who's your favorite actress?
I really like Jim Carrey a lot. I said, I really like Truman Show. I feel like every time I see him on the screen, I'm just like, yeah, this guy's gonna make me laugh. Like he's probably going to. And like he's also like been through a lot in his personal life too. I mean, like I really like Jim Carrey. And my favorite actress.
Well, the funniest thing about Jim Carrey is he was the only white guy on In Living Color for a long time. Talking about early '90s shows.
I think
In Living Color.
I really don't know. I think maybe stretching it back to like Julia Louis-Dreyfus with Seinfeld. You know, Elaine,
okay,
it could be a solid choice.
Love
Seinfeld. That's an idea set that they should do.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, they already did Friends. They did Big Bang Theory. Why not Seinfeld? Get some good sitcoms in there. Long run sitcoms.
I think it's like late 2019 that one reached the amount of votes or whatever. So they're I'm praying.
Something that my wife and I recently, thanks to a certain website that Dave referred me to before, my wife and I actually recently started watching early 90s sitcoms. So we started watching Home Improvement, and I'm trying to think what the other one was. We watched one episode of it, and then everybody's like, oh, we want to watch another one. We want to watch, Boy Meets World. So we're watching OG Boy Meets World.
Like, Nick at Night.
Yeah.
They were like halfway through the first season. I was like, I hope we got a tissue because it's gonna get.
Have a tissue for your issues. All right. Anybody else have any questions? All for Mr. Andrew here today.
Right now we are all caught up, but Jonathan says it was the Reek, Nexu, and Acklay for
the three creatures.
Yeah, I knew I was forgetting one of them.
And see, me even as a Star Wars fan, no idea what those were called. I would have lost.
They actually.
The Rhino Beast, and then the like crazy feline like.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one that Claude Padme.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go all three. And I've seen people.
And then there was the one that Obi-Wan kept fighting with. It was like the giant mantis.
Yes.
Obi-Wan had something out for that thing. I swear, he went after that thing like 3 times during the battle arena scene.
Couldn't leave it alone.
Fun fact: they actually made prototype versions of those beasts. I've seen this. I probably could find it if I like Googled it. They actually made prototype versions of those beasts because they were planning on releasing back in like 2002.
You talking about like toys, or what are you talking about?
Like Lego. like Lego Beasts. If you look up like Geonosis Battle Arena, like someone took a picture of like a Lego, like it was like an executive fair or something, and they had like prototype models that were never released, and like they had those beasts, but they didn't have a build for the arena basically.
Huh.
So basically, I think that they made the beast and were like, okay, let's do something with this, and they just never did. So they exist, but not like in it doesn't exist on the level of like.
And if it was a Lego set, then let's be honest, it wouldn't have built a decent portion of the arena anyway. It would have been like the 3 pillars and like one little wall or something.
Yeah.
Just to represent.
But
the
any
rest
chance
of it.
to get more of those like old, like Anakin, Obi-Wan figures with the yellow skin, I'll take it. Love those.
Okay.
Episode 2 Anakin minifigures like were Lego peaked.
All right. All right. Do we any other questions at all? Please let Dave know in the questions or join us live here.
What canceled Lego set do you wish was made?
I think okay. So I'm going to rephrase that. So what retired Lego set? What do you mean canceled? Lego sets don't get canceled.
Supposed to come out and they never did, such as what happened with the first lineup for the final first one. That was canceled.
Yeah.
And then they finally-
Okay.
Well, then I would have to say.
So what canceled set would you want to come back?
Probably the wrestling scene set that I talked about.
Okay.
The Spider-Man Studio set. That's probably that's probably like the easiest answer for me. But like, in terms of other canceled sets, I mean, there were rumors like probably in like 2017, 18 that they were going to put on Arc 170, and like people were very like confident like that was like a real like rumor, and then it never happened. So I don't know if that was canceled or not, but I really would have liked to see that.
Nice Arc Fighter. What's that?
Yeah, they only made it twice. Once for episode 3, one with Kit Fisto.
It came out with one version later.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so from Guillermo, favorite drink on a hot summer day.
What is your favorite drink on a hot summer day? Is the
Powerade
question.
Zero Blue mixed berry. Yeah.
Well, that's not a product plug at all.
Drink Powerade.
You plugged that, did you? You better ask them for a check. It's $100 right there.
$100. We're talking $100,000. Bricks and minifigs.
From Ellie, she asked, what is your favorite Star Wars, the Clone Wars character?
Ooh, what is your favorite Star Wars, the Clone Wars character?
I actually, I'm like halfway through season 7. I watched all 6 seasons, and then I've started 7. So.
Oh, just wait.
I know. Jar Jar Binks, no.
Jar Jar comes in the end and kills everybody.
If we're talking about characters that were like exclusively for the Clone Wars, I thought one that was really interesting was why can't I remember? Lux Bonteri, I thought was interesting. We're talking characters that were just for Clone Wars.
Okay.
But like obviously I could be like, oh, Anakin, but like that's like a Star Wars character. If we're talking characters that were just like straight up like Clone Wars only, I think Lux Bonteri was really interesting.
I think for that, I guess you could probably include Ahsoka too, because Ahsoka was a Clone Wars character that got moved
I like
into
Ahsoka
Rebels.
a whole lot, but I was like, I don't want to give the
top
easy answer.
Yeah. What non-traditional Star Wars character?
No, the most underrated Clone Wars.
There you go.
Lux Bonteri.
Okay. He had some power going on with some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the whole thing that was the one with had the thing with Padme, right?
No, that was the one that had stuff with Ahsoka. That was remember it was the separatist senator's kid, and that was Padme's
Oh,
friend.
yes. Okay.
You're talking about I can't remember his name. But
Yeah.
he got blown up.
Yeah. Yes, he did. He's the Bubba now.
Yeah.
He's the Bubba now. Yes. What? No, it's one of the characters that used to have a thing for Padme, and Anakin went off and almost force choked him to death.
Yeah. And that was a thing.
He would have if it would have been a little bit later in his life. All right. So we're double checking to see about some other questions here. So if you guys have any questions, please make sure if you're on YouTube or Facebook to enter those in and type them out to us. If you want to join us, we'd really love to at least get one live question on the stream and try to answer that for you.
Favorite 60s band?
What? I don't know. Okay, so question is, do you have a favorite 60s band?
Wow. Okay. Let me.
I'm not even. Who asked that? That's completely off.
I think there's a little battery on the computer today.
No, that
It's got a
was
thing.
no, it's a different
Okay.
messages.
I don't know. The Beatles? Sure.
All right, let's go with the Beatles.
That's so obscure.
He wants to hop in that yellow submarine.
All right, from Guillermo,
If you could have one character's lightsaber, whose would it be and why?
Mace Windu.
Okay, so Mace Windu had a nice purple, the only purple one that we know of currently in canon, except for Darth Revan. Revan had a purple one eventually too. So why Mace Windu's?
Well, purple's my favorite color, and also I think he has a pretty cool hilt too. Honestly, it's like part gold, part silver. I think he has a cool hilt, honestly. But like, it's obviously the purple blade is the coolest part.
Okay.
Like specific reason of like how much I like that lightsaber is I was at Disney World with my family in like 2016, and like everybody else, like my brother, his fiance, and my older brother, they all got like these like cool like $40 actual light up lightsabers. And I was like, oh, do they have a Mace Windu one? And they were like, no. And so instead of getting one of the nice ones, I got one of these like terrible like Jedi Training Academy like ones that were like $9
Yes.
because it was purple.
Yep.
It was literally just like a plastic pop out lightsaber.
Yes.
I still have it. It's awesome. I love it.
Yep. Had to fling it out.
Mm-hmm.
Another worst set you paid full price.
So what is the worst? What is this? What is, in your opinion, what is the worst set that you had to pay full price for?
There are some ones that I'm going to have to think about for this because I have bought some pretty trash sets at full price. It honestly kills me to say this, and I'm only saying this because I saw this on clearance.
Like 2 days after you bought it?
No, not 2 days after. Because I bought this on like before release day. Like I got it early, and I texted you when I got it early because I was so excited. Was the Spider-Man versus the Venom mech?
Oh yes,
I like that set a whole lot. Do not get me wrong, but I really don't feel like I've done enough with the mech, with both the mechs really, to have warranted it being worth $50. Especially when literally like 3 to 4 months after it came out, I was at Walmart and saw it for $25.
Okay.
I would have been more than happy to pay $25 for that set, but I called Target like I think on Black Friday 2018. Not 2018, I think 2019.
19. Yeah, last year.
No, it should be 18 because that set came out in 2019. Yeah. And
Okay.
So yeah, and then I was like, hey, do you guys have this? And they're like, yeah, we can hold it for you. And I think I pretty much just bought it because like of the excitement of that. Instead of like actually being like, oh, I want to spend $50 on this. Like, sure, I love Venom. I want to do Venom, but like, I really regret spending $50 on that. Like most because like, if I really want to set, what's that?
The Venom part is the best part.
I really like the Spider-Gwen like skateboard too.
Oh no, yeah, I never.
Yeah. But like.
So you felt you overpaid for it for what you've been using it for?
Pretty much, yeah. Like I have the minifigures like on my like New York City display basically, but I pretty much just use the minifigures. Yeah. And it's like it's sad because it's not a bad set, but like I feel like $50 wasn't that great for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So quick question for you, and then we'll get to some more from online here that's coming in. I would have to assume that you've probably seen Into the Spider-Verse at least 4 times.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite Spider-Person specifically from the Spider-Verse animated show? Or movie? Well, there's yeah.
I think again probably like most like set answer, but I thought Miles was like really good.
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went through a lot in that movie, and it was just really like it was a great payoff moment to see him like really like come into himself as like a hero at the end. And it was a great origin story. I put that on par with an incredible origin story as I do with the first Spider-Man movie, which is, again, that's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like one of the best origin stories ever. I think Into the Spider-Verse tells like maybe an even better one. Maybe I'm just saying I like this one better because of bias, but I really think Miles was my favorite character.
Because you really like Tobey Maguire.
He's a great actor.
All right, Dave. What else we got from the online viewers here?
How do you feel that Lego doesn't have a Pokemon license? Do you think they could have done better than Megablock's currently doing?
So, okay, so the question is that currently Megablock has a license with Pokemon, which I'm guessing is it just Pokemon, or that's not through Nintendo at all? Nintendo just made the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
I forgot who Pokemon is owned by. So currently, Mega Block or Mega Constructs has the Pokemon license. How do you feel that? What was the specific question? Was it how would Lego do with it? Is that what? Do you think Lego would do better with a Pokemon license than Mega Block is currently doing?
I think honestly, yeah, because what I've considered getting some of the Pokemon Mega Block sets because like I like Pokemon. And I would put like they have like one that's got like Totodile in it. I would buy that for $10 and put it on display. But they're just kind of like brick built creations. What I feel like Lego could do is have minifigure scale sets where they could have like how they have animals such as like the baby dragon mold that they have,
Sure.
where it's just like a one stud piece,
Mhm.
and you could just do that. I imagine like a Squirtle or a Totodile, even like a Pikachu that size is perfectly in scale with a minifigure.
Yeah.
But Mega Bloks isn't doing that. They're just doing like these. I don't know. It's like the buildable figure thing from Star Wars. I don't like the buildable figures from Star Wars. I feel like Lego could be doing way better with the Pokemon license, the Nintendo license in general, really.
Yeah. Well, the Nintendo license, at least Super Mario license,
Yeah.
is coming out later this year. We're not sure if that entitles the other Nintendo characters or not.
Yeah.
But let's say this on an offshoot question for that. So, assuming that Lego acquired a Nintendo license, which is why they're making the Super Mario game or the Super Mario sets later this year, how do you feel, or what would be one of the other Nintendo licenses that you'd like to see made besides Super Mario?
Well, I think the
Just
easiest
one.
answer to that is Super Smash Brothers because you can have so many, like you can incorporate so
So
many.
you'd want like a Super Smash Brothers like series, like a line,
Yeah.
because it couldn't be just one set.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could do one.
You're talking like what, 30 some odd characters?
Well, the current game has like 70.
Is that?
It's like 70 to 80. Yeah. If we're talking just like a single game, I think my selfish opinion would probably be like Fire Emblem or Pokemon, but like I think like a good one would probably be like Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get some Zelda action going on with some Link.
I got Guillermo in here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so hold on. No, he's live.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like we do have Guillermo finally joining us live. Just make sure that you do keep any of your questions and comments PG or G rated, as we do have a all ages audience. Looks like it's going to be coming here in a minute. All I got to do is click on this thing.
Oh, hey guys.
Yes. Hey, there you go.
This is kind of for both of you guys, really. So, with the
Uh-huh.
resurgence of a lot of female-led reboots of stuff like Ghostbusters, I mean, Transformers kind of had more of a female-led thing. What franchises do you think could translate very well to the modern day, especially with the whole, the female is future movement / woman empowerment movement?
So your question is what other themes could easily translate into a female gender?
Yeah, like, well, not even so much as easily. I mean, Ghostbusters had a rough transition. I mean, look at the even pre-release reviews. But like, how do you think, like like any franchise really, how do you think they could evolve to encapsulate more of a female audience? Because you have to admit, Lego sometimes feels like a boys' club, and it gets kind of boring.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see why Lego feels like a boys' club in some ways. And I feel like one theme that is kind of following that trend is Star Wars, because Star Wars is now focusing. It's including and focusing on Ahsoka in a lot of things, which is like maybe like the main character that Star Wars is like focusing on to like have the more female-led movement. Obviously, we've had characters like Rey and Leia and Padme, but Ahsoka feels like the character that Star Wars is really like putting into the world right now, and I feel like that's something that like could be really good for Lego.
Yes, I mean Star Wars used to have, Princess Leia was the feisty woman in the group and the leader of the group.
Then
of course, as we know,
other woman.
Yeah, and then of course we had Rey, which was part of the new one, and even Padme from the prequels.
Yeah.
I mean, she was pretty awesome. I can't say the other word I was going to say, but awesome. And then of course, like you said, we have Ahsoka that kind of came out through the Clone Wars and Rebels, and now of course for our Star Wars fans, she's going to be played by Rosario Dawson live on The Mandalorian season 2, and of which of course we just now heard that. Morrison is coming back to play Boba Fett for Mandalorian season 2. So that's going to be very interesting to have both of them in there.
Yeah.
But that's a good question. So besides Star Wars, because I mean Star Wars is definitely trying to lead with that leading female role now. What else do you think besides Star Wars would translate easy or translate pretty well?
I really don't know. It's not really easy to say like a theme like Harry Potter, or because we have like a character that's like literally the titular character, and even
Right.
If they decide to release more Fantastic Beasts, that's because unfortunately they are making a third Fantastic Beasts movie, because the main character is like has been established for 2 movies as male, so like that wouldn't be one that'd be easy to translate. Spider-Man, I think would have a possibility, or superheroes in general. We just had the new Wonder Woman set come out.
Okay,
for the movie.
good point.
Superheroes could be one, I think.
Yep, and then they have the new Birds
obviously
of
we have
Prey
Friends,
show
which
coming
is,
out and everything else
like, that's
too.
one that's more aimed towards girls.
So definitely, I think Andrew and I both kind of agree that superheroes is definitely one of those things that a lot of the females could get pushed forwards and kind of boasted with the brand to try to get those in. What?
And just one more question on my end.
Well, the superhero girls, but that's just Lego specific. I think it's some overall themes. Go ahead, G.
What's your opinion on Galador, and should it get a 2020 reboot?
Yeah,
I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun meme. I think that's something probably.
I'm being 100% serious though. I like the idea. I like the Ben 10 kitty toy kind of feel it had. I genuinely like. I'm pretty sure if I could go through my stuff right now, I'd find a couple Galador figures. I honestly want to hear how you think. Perhaps if they were gonna do a reboot, like they're gonna reboot everything, but if they were gonna do a reboot, how it would work this time around if they wanted to make it work.
That's a killer question. I have to say that one really perplexes me.
I would say that, I mean, from everything that's going on, I mean, Galador is widely known as essentially the worst produced theme Lego's ever made ever.
That's why I love it.
And some people do. Some people have a big thing for it. I think even Boone was showing off that he's got a couple of the old school Galador sets still in box, like still in the package. I would think that if they did it again, it would have to be made essentially with Bionicle parts.
Yeah.
Which then is it just Bionicle? So I mean, you have that little argument going on. But then at the same time, the reason why Bionicle did so well is they had all the shows and everything else to back it up, and the stories to back it up. Galador had nothing.
Yeah.
I think it was like a couple of quick cartoons or whatever they put out. Yeah, it was like half animated though, right? Or whatever. It was weird. CGI. Yeah, CGI. But I think
they literally couldn't give them away at the mall. I remember when I was younger, they couldn't. They were literally handing them out to kids, and the kids were like, I'm good."
I would honestly think that there's too much of a bad stigma around the name that it wouldn't fly.
Honestly, I think it's almost a blessing that Lego referenced it in the Ninjago City set in the first place. Like,
that is true too.
I feel like most companies like I was very shocked in a different company example when Pepsi re-released Crystal Pepsi after people ragged on that so much.
Yep.
I'm completely surprised that Lego even put a reference into the Ninjago City set. Honestly, I feel like that's probably the extent of what we're going to get with Galador. I will admit defeat if Galador comes back.
But I also don't think that a lot of the Galador parts were compatible with anything else though either.
Yeah, I think maybe there was some Technica joints.
But very few. But that's the whole thing with Lego too. Is if it's not part of the system, it's not going to work. So if they were to release it, it would have to be in like a Bionicle type fashion, or it wouldn't work.
Action figures with Lego are just I don't know.
Yeah, different brands, different sides of things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, G.
Mm-hmm.
Get a lot of good questions today.
What's up?
I said he had a lot of good questions today. All right. Anybody else at all?
No, we're all caught up. You're at 149.
Okay. All right, Dave, you can go ahead and remove it from the stream if you have it. Okay. All right. Well, I don't think we have any other questions for you today, Andrew. So thank you very much for being our guinea pig and our priority hot seat here.
Yes.
thank you so much for everybody who's been watching us at home. Hopefully this time has worked out a little better for you guys as well. Because we did have to switch our shows today, Andrew was supposed to be on originally tomorrow, and Riley was going to be here today. Unfortunately, he had some issues that we had to reschedule him. We're going to see about getting Andrew in tomorrow, or we will try to get one of our other daily team members to come in. To have Riley come in tomorrow, or possibly even Becca or Dave to take the spot for tomorrow. But keep in mind, we will be doing this again tomorrow at 5 o'clock, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for all your questions. We hope you guys are able to join us again tomorrow and have some fun with us, and hopefully get some more people online, like Guillermo, to ask us your questions live on here. What's up, Dave? Oh, because he's got his shades on. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central Time, with hopefully Riley, but it might be someone else. We should have an answer hopefully by 3 o'clock to let everybody know who is going to be on the stream. But in the meantime, make sure you guys get those questions thought up, written down. You can always send them to us in a message or email, and we'll make sure we add them to our list of about, I think we had about 50 questions already on here, give or take. Yeah. So, we'll double check. But if you guys have any further questions for us, please let us know. And of course, thank you to Andrew for joining us today on such short notice. It was a lot of fun. Did you have fun today?
Completely.
See,
I'd be willing to come back if you ask.
Hey, there you go. So, and maybe we'll do a whole team thing. Maybe we'll do a special next week where we can have the entire team in and just kind of have like a round table kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be kind of cool. So, I don't know. Maybe around the project table. Maybe we'll film it by the project table. We'll have some fun with it. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. My name is Ryan. Thanks to our special guest, Andrew, today. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks a lot. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.